Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, please like, subscribe and share. Done a few short videos about my family life. I've been wanting to do this sit down video forever, but my hands are full all the time. I can't seem to find an appropriate time, and it's very early in the morning. As you can see, we're still in bed, so I just want to encourage older moms, because if you've watched my short videos, if you haven't, please go and watch them. I had my baby, my little girl, here right now at 43. I have 4 children. I have 17-year-old, 14-year-old, 7-year-old, and then I've got this baby. And I find that I'm really enjoying this time of childbirth as an older mom. It's really positive. I don't think you should shy away from it. I think that when you're an older mom, you're very intentional. You know what to expect. You sort of have lived life long enough. You have so much experiences, general life experiences, and you are, because you are so intentional, you're happy, you are grateful. Another good thing is you got a lot of help. So my baby here, she's got a lot of love, or she has a lot of love from her older siblings, which makes it so beautiful and amazing. Anyway, in today's video, I am going to talk about, oh, it's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. So in today's video, I want to talk about my birth experience. There's so much to share. I may have to do a couple of videos talk about it. But when I found out I was pregnant, it wasn't planned. I wasn't looking forward to it. I had booked a holiday. I was flying to Africa for a couple of months, and then I found out I was pregnant with my baby number 4. It was a lovely surprise. It was so beautiful. I was happy. And all the children were happy. It was good. So anyway, the first 2 weeks, I was feeling very good, and I was like, oh, this is so nice. This pregnancy is gonna be lit. I'm gonna be fit, happy. Mind you, with my other 3 babies, I had symphysis pelvis dysfunction. You have so much pain in your lower back, your front, your pubis, your pelvis, whatever it's called, between your legs, and walking is almost impossible. That's been my pregnancy experience. Well, my first child is a boy. He was quite extreme. My girl was quite easy. It wasn't that bad. And then my second boy was here and there. And I started feeling it very early, baby number 4. Anyways, so in 2 weeks, I was feeling very happy, very strong, very okay. By the 3rd week or 4th week, I started to have hyperemesis. I was so unwell. I wasn't sick, I wasn't vomiting, but I had general unwellness. I stayed in bed, everything stopped for me. I shut down, everything stopped. I was in bed all the time. I was in bed, I was being looked after by my man and the children. They would bring me food. And another terrible thing that I really don't like when I'm pregnant is my heightened sense of smells. Everything smells so bad, and every smell changes for me. Even the perfumes that I love will become something else, and it makes pregnancy so hard. I was in bed for about 2 months straight. I wasn't coming out. I wasn't going to the kitchen. I couldn't cook. It was really hard. But it was the thought of having a baby was just keeping me going. That was keeping me going. So I think after 2 months, I came out to sunshine. It was summertime. So I was going out, started to do school runs here and there. I have good days and bad days. And yeah, it just carried on like that. I went to Africa for about 2 months. It was so hot. I was always in air condition. But I'll talk about all that in different videos. Anyway, come back. I went to the hospital. The doctor said I had gestational diabetes. I was referred to the diabetes clinic, and I'll make another video about gestational diabetes. I think that's where the horror started. Mind you, by this time, my pubis dysfunction was so extreme. I was walking with support bands around my waist, and then eventually was referred to physio, and I was using crutches at that point. I could drive point to point. That's how fast. That's all I could actually do. So anyway, I started doing diabetes clinic, and what they did was they put me on insulin. So I was injecting insulin before breakfast, before lunch, and before dinner. And I was injecting one at night, True Rapid and Humulin I. So I had 4 injections of insulin in a day. I was pricking my finger first thing when I wake up in the morning, 1 hour after every meal. It started to take a toll on me. Prior to testing for gestational diabetes, I started feeling very low. I would just wake up and I start to cry. So the diabetes had taken a toll on me. My previous dysfunction had taken a toll on me. It was really hard at that point. Hard but happy. Still very happy. Still looking for it to have a baby. Found out I was having a baby girl because I have 2 boys and a girl. So to have another baby girl meant so much to me. Anyway, so by this time, this is what I was doing. And then eventually they took I stopped pricking my fingers and I had this thing put in my arm that reads my blood sugar automatically onto my phone. Oh, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, we get on with it. Anyway, so I did. So we carried on and carried on. And then the consultants, at a point, they said I had a lot of fluids around the baby and my baby's putting on so much weight. So, by the way, fast forward, they induced me at 37 weeks. They said I have had babies. It was going to be great. My service was going to be, open very quickly. Nothing happened. I was in hospital for 4 or 5 days. The induction failed. They used tablets. I had 4 loads of it. Nothing happened. Like nothing happened. It just I wasn't progressing. My service was hard. It was hard like someone who's never had a baby. At that point, doctors started to come in and have a discussion with me. And by then, I really didn't want a C-section. Like I've always had vaginal because I had not dilated and my service was still very hard. However, that wasn't going to be positive because breaking the water should always be done when the cervix is a bit open and you've dilated at least 2-3 centimeters. But I had not dilated at all. Nothing was happening. Zero. I wasn't moving. And I think this is where they did a mistake. So the doctor convinced me, and then she broke my waters. Once she broke my waters, you know what that means? That baby's protection is being reduced, baby's safe space is, babies are risk when you lose your waters, because that's what baby lives in and that's what baby survives in. So anyway, waters got broken. I was on oxytocin drip all night. During this time, my blood sugars was being checked like every hour. They were checking my blood pressure every hour. It was just, and guess what? I didn't progress in labor. I didn't dilate. Again, nothing happened. I was shocked. But this is what got me very emotional because I think my baby was not ready to come at 37 weeks. She was weighing, at our last appointment, she was about 3.5 kg at 36 weeks. And they were sort of worried. According to the professionals, if baby weighs to come at 40 weeks, she'll be about 4.5 kg and she'll be such a big baby. I don't know. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. I've never had a big baby. None of my babies have been this big. All of them had a birth weight of about 3.4 kg. Yes, baby. Ooh, stretching. About 3.4 kg at birth. So this was very new to me. Some of the professionals have said it didn't really matter because I could have the baby, even though she was this big. People have babies like that, and there was no point in them taking me through all that stress, but they did. So once I did not progress, at only about an hour or so, because once they put the oxytocin on you, you go nail by mouth and baby is at risk. Baby cannot have that drip for so long. That was when everything broke for me, guys. Well, I'm going to make separate videos about all of these experiences, but this has been my labor journey. So I was rushed to, the doctors came around, professionals came around, talked to me about the emergency section, what it looks like, my options, and things like that. And again, I'll do a separate video on that. So I was rushed to theater. I was cut, like I always say, I've been cut in the half. I was cut and baby came out. And she was born early part of that day, around 11ish. She was safe, she was okay. And yeah, I'll talk about what my cesarean experience was like. A lot of push and pull, but I'll do a separate video on that. So that was how baby came out, and we stayed in hospital a little bit and then we go home and our life started. So this was just my general birth experience. A mother at 43. I'll do a separate video and talk about my cesarean experience, postpartum. I'll talk about gestational diabetes and all those things. So thank you for watching. Please share, please like, and please subscribe to my channel. All right, thank you. Bye.